What if one of Asia's safest, most modern, and most comfortable places to live is actually Taiwan? But here's the thing, nobody tells you about Taiwan. The good, the bad, and the stuff that'll make you question everything. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk about Taiwan. Not the tourist version. I'm talking about what it's actually like to live here as a foreigner, day in, day out. The cost, the culture shock, the moments that make you think, I never want to leave, and the ones that make you want to book the next flight home. Maybe you're watching this because you are considering the move. Maybe you're just curious. Or maybe, like thousands of others, you've seen and thought, could I actually do this? Well, I've been here long enough to give you the unfiltered truth. And trust me, some of this is going to surprise you. Stick around. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what you're getting into. First impressions of Taiwan. I hit with this wave of humidity, the smell of street food, and the sound of 1,000 scooters, and I remember thinking, what did I just sign up for? Taiwan's first impression is intense. It's sensory overload in the best and worst ways. The humidity? Brutal. We're talking 80 to 90% humidity in summer. You step outside and you're instantly sticky. Your glasses fog up when you enter any building because of the air conditioning. It's a whole thing. Now, here's what I was not prepared for. The kindness. Taiwan genuinely has a reputation, consistently across decades of traveler accounts, for having some of the most helpful, welcoming, and kind people you'll encounter anywhere in Asia, or anywhere in the world, frankly. Cost of living. All right, let's talk about money, because this is probably the #1 question people have before moving to Taiwan, and for good reason. The short answer? Taiwan is genuinely affordable, especially compared to other developed or semi-developed countries in the region, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong. When you break down the actual cost of living here, the numbers might genuinely surprise you. Tier 1, budget living. $1,000 to $1,400 per month. Rent, $400 to $600. Utilities are $60 to $100. Electricity can spike in summer because you'll be running that AC non-stop. Water and gas are cheap. Internet is a flat $20 to $30 for fiber, and it's fast, like gigabit fast. Food, $200 to $300. This is where Taiwan saves you money. If you eat local, breakfast shops, lunch boxes, night markets, you can eat 3 meals a day for under $10 total. A breakfast of soy milk and youtiao, $2. A beef noodle soup lunch, $4. Night market dinner, $5. And it's all delicious. Tier 2, comfortable living. $1,800 to $2,500 per month. Rent, $700 to $1,200. This gets you a 1-bedroom in a decent neighborhood. Dan, Shonzan, Sonsan. Areas where you can walk to cafes, parks, and the MRT. The apartment is still smaller than what you'd get in the US, but it's modern, clean, and at a great location. Utilities, $80 to $120. Still reasonable. AC in summer will be your biggest expense. Food, $350 to $500. Now you can mix local food with some Western meals. Maybe a brunch spot on weekends, maybe cooking at home more with groceries from Jason's or City Super, the Western grocery stores. A nice dinner out might be $15 to $20 instead of $5. Transportation, $60 to $100. MRT for daily commute, occasional taxis or Uber, maybe a scooter if you're feeling adventurous. Entertainment, $150 to $300. One important thing to know, most apartments in Taiwan are rented unfurnished. So when you first arrive, you'll likely need to budget for some furniture or specifically search for furnished apartments, which do exist but cost more. Healthcare. Okay, I need you to sit down for this section because Taiwan's healthcare system is about to make you very angry at your home country. Taiwan has something called National Health Insurance. NHI. It's a single-payer system that covers 99.9% of the population, and as a foreign resident, you're in. Once you have your ARC, your Alien Resident Certificate, and you've been here for 6 months, you must enroll. If you're employed, your employer enrolls you from day 1. No waiting period. The premium rate for 2026 is 5.17% of your insured salary. But here's the thing, your employer pays most of it, the government pays part of it, you pay a small portion. For the average person, this works out to about $40 to $60 a month. $40 to $60 for comprehensive health care. Let that sink in. If you're self-employed or don't have an employer, you pay the full premium yourself, but it's still only around $60 to $80 a month. Students pay even less, about $25 to $30 a month. For foreigners who are not yet eligible for NHI, perhaps on a visitor visa, you'll need private health insurance or to pay out of pocket. Out-of-pocket costs are still much lower than in the US or UK's private sector, but insurance is strongly recommended. The culture shock. The language barrier. Mandarin Chinese is hard, like genuinely hard. The tones, the characters, the fact that nothing sounds like English. And while young people and professionals in Taipei often speak some English, once you step outside that bubble, it's Mandarin or nothing. Going to the grocery store becomes an adventure. Is this milk or yogurt? Is this chicken or pork? You point, you gesture, you hope for the best. Setting up a bank account, bring a friend who speaks Chinese. Going to the doctor, pray they have an English speaker available. And here's the thing that frustrates people. Taiwanese people are so polite that they'll say yes or nod even when they don't understand you. So you think you're communicating, but you're not. Work culture. Work culture here is intense. Long hours are expected. Leaving before your boss, that's not really done. Overtime is common. The concept of face, maintaining dignity and respect, means direct confrontation is avoided. Feedback is subtle. Meetings can feel circular because no one wants to say no directly. For Westerners used to direct communication, this is maddening. You think a project is approved, but it's not. You think someone agrees with you, but they're just being polite. It takes time to read between the lines. The quiet rules. Taiwan has unwritten rules that you learn by messing up. On the MRT, no eating, no drinking, no loud talking. People queue perfectly for the train. Lines on the floor, everyone follows them. On escalators, stand right, walk left, always. Trash cans are rare. You carry your trash with you. And you do not talk loudly in public spaces. It's considered rude. How foreigners are treated. Generally, very well. There is, of course, nuance here. Taiwan is not a perfect society, and foreigners from Southeast Asia, particularly migrant workers from Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Thailand, often face significantly more discrimination than Western foreigners do. This is an uncomfortable truth about Taiwanese society that's worth acknowledging. Western foreigners, particularly white Westerners from Europe, North America, or Australia, often benefit from what locals call the foreigner privilege in social situations. Safety and living standards. Taiwan is one of the safest places in the world. Violent crime is extremely rare. Petty crime, pickpocketing, bag snatching, while not non-existent, is dramatically lower than in most major cities in Europe, the Americas, or other parts of Asia. Walking alone at night, even in Taipei, is something most people do without concern. Women traveling or living solo in Taiwan consistently report feeling safer than in most other countries they've visited. Foreigners walking through any neighborhood at essentially any hour will generally not feel threatened. Earthquakes. This cannot go unmentioned. Taiwan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire and experiences frequent seismic activity. Small earthquakes are extremely common. You may not even notice most of them. Larger earthquakes do occur, and Taiwan in April 2024 experienced its strongest earthquake in 25 years, a 7.4 magnitude event centered near Hualien on the east coast. Typhoon season. Taiwan also experiences typhoons, tropical storms, typically from May through October, with peak season in August and September. Typhoons can be serious. Schools and businesses typically close when a direct hit is predicted. Modern buildings handle them well. Infrastructure is generally resilient, but you'll need to know the safety procedures and take warnings seriously. Standard of living. In terms of overall standards of living, infrastructure, cleanliness of public spaces, reliability of services, quality of roads and transportation, Taiwan performs at a very high level, far above what its GDP per capita might suggest when compared to Western nations. public spaces are well maintained. Rubbish collection is efficient. Water quality is good, though many locals and expats prefer to drink filtered or boiled water as a precaution. It's a cultural habit more than a health necessity in Taipei. Internet connectivity is excellent everywhere.